Hello, everyone. Look, YouTube's working. Twitch is working. And for the very first time, and I'm serious about this, for the very first time, TikTok. I am streaming on TikTok as well. So, there we go. Yeah, you're moving in next week. I am so proud of that house. I've been working on the others as well. I have everybody. Here's my little list right here. I've got everybody's request right here and what they want. So that's all coming. Falcore was said that they were bummed they missed the deadline, so I might even have another one coming there. And V wants me to build a house but didn't request one. What are we supposed to do with that? What are we supposed to do with that? But yeah, as far as I can tell, everything is running smoothly. My only issue with this being live on TikTok thing is that I can't see anything related to TikTok. And I've also never done this before. I'm only doing this because ODM recommended that I try it. So we're trying it, but I mean, it's working, or at least it says it's working. So who knows? But everything looks good from what I can see. And I've got the ultra low latency on YouTube. So Tim, we can be talking tonight and it's going to be working just fine. Twitch says that my stream is unstable. I refuse to believe that though. So snooze that ad. Nobody's getting ads right now. All right. Hello, my friends. Sorry that it's been a while, but I am I'm glad that you guys are all here. It's good to see you all. I saw Sky. You said you have news, but you were waiting, I'm assuming, until I was here. So now we can talk your news, because you've had a pretty big couple of weeks. And yes, I will build it. She wants a little riding cottage, a mystical riding cottage, and she wants to be the lady who lives on the edge of town that everybody thinks is a little kooky. That's what she wants. So that's what we're gonna do. Not moving just yet. I see the good, I guess, for news, so I hope that's a decent thing. I'm waiting to see. Jeez, I just launched the game and we just had a bunch of, I don't even know what. Oh, there's just a bunch of phantoms outside. Here, I'll switch it over so you guys can see. Hopefully this will actually pick up Minecraft right now, because it wasn't, when I was trying to record earlier, it was struggling. There we go. Music's groovy. Yeah, it stuttered a bit when the game launched. Yeah, I saw that too on my end. What's funny is that it says I dropped 0 frames, but I watched those frames drop. I watched that happen. But oh, that's awesome. Well, I mean, I hope all is good with the moving and the delaying it by a month. But that's really awesome of your boyfriend. That's awesome. My hair is something else tonight. Do you want me to hold on? Let's make it something crazier. Because this is a fun fact. This is how I do my hair every day. I get my hair like all full of the gel and stuff, and then I do this, and then I just like flatten it out. And however it lays is how it lays. So I do my hair. Messy. Flock of seagulls. Gonna drink a non-sponsored soda. But yeah, no, Tim, I was so proud of the house that I built for you. And I don't know, I might take some inspiration from it for this tonight, but I also kind of had some other ideas with this, which we started on last time with doing kind of these pillars. But I just got to decide how I want to go about that. So we're going to give some things, some tries here. Also, unrelated, but I did learn you can use boats in water streams as a timer for mob spawners. And you know what would have saved us a absolute ton of time if we'd done that? That would have saved us an absolute ton of time. But it's all good. There's something up there. Did anybody else see that? Hold on. Oh, we don't have Elytra on. Good thing I didn't throw myself off the cliff. But yeah. Apparently, you can use boats, and you just change up the water stream to delay your time, and then have it be on a pressure plate to launch it, and then it'll go off the pressure plate, and the water will stop, and it'll come back around, and then when it gets back to the pressure plate, the water will run, and it'll flush everything out, and then it'll go back over and run again, and that's how. So, very possible. Just not something that I was smart enough to think about. There's a witch in here. There's a couple witches in here? Oh. We don't need witches though, right? Because we've got witches. Or we have a witch. Yeah, as long as there's no villagers, I think we can take out this whole crew. There's so many witches. Ah! Okay, we're good. Good. Yeah, I just saw it this week. I saw this video by Potato Noir that was talking about how every mob spawner sucks, and it's because you could just use a boat. So, fun fact. So that's something that you can try. We're gonna stop looking at that because the fact that it looks like that makes me sad. Also, let's see, what are we on? Ooh, I just launched normal 1.21.5 today. We don't even have our look at this. No shaders on or anything. I launched normal. The fresh normal game. My understanding is it's actually really easy to set up. Like, literally you just do this, and then you'd put like a pressure plate right here and a pressure plate right here, then a fence and a fence, and then you'd have the water stream just go in this circle. Like, you know, like here. This would just be a water stream. But not something I'm going to worry about trying tonight, but something we can try another time. Yeah, I should build something around that monstrosity. It's pretty, that's painful. Well, my minimal armor is a resource pack. So, because you got, you know, your resource packs. So I got my minimal armor and 3D mace, but video settings, no shaders. No shaders. Yeah. But I'll survive. We can play on normal normal Minecraft looks tonight. I can't remember. Did we finish this last time? I don't know if we did. Oh, we did. I'm assuming it hasn't done anything. Yeah, obviously, because, you know, we've not been here. But all right. Let's turn our focus to getting this thing built. Sadly, in normal Minecraft, I can switch. If you guys want the pretty shaders, I'll switch. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, Tim likes it. I do prefer shaders, but sometimes just going back to the normal look of Minecraft is just really nice. Okay, because I'm feeling inspired by what I did for Tim's house, I do need some... Oh, did you guys see? That's interesting. I need to go find some diorite. Actually, that's a lie. I'm gonna do it with andesite. I'll take back everything I said. We're gonna do this with polished andesite and andesite to kind of fit more of those gray tones. Yeah, light mode versus dark mode, apparently. Just flatten all this out. Grab all of this. Just keep tearing these down level by level. So what's everybody been up to the last couple weeks? I feel like it's just been I feel like everybody's been busy now that we're kind of in the, I don't know. I feel like this part of spring just gets really busy for everybody I know. It gets really busy for me, so I assume it gets busy for everybody. Tim, I did not have nearly the car troubles that you had, but that was part of my fiasco of last week, was that I had to go take my car in, and you know, we were kind of thinking we might have to buy a new car, and we were not ready for that, but we didn't, so all was good. But I did. That was part of my my fun last week. What farm do you think you're building yet? I think you're building a Froglight farm, but that's what you built in the next episode. I just had commented, I think I know what farm you're building because I hadn't had time to catch up on your videos, so I watched them all yesterday and commented on that one, and then I watched the next one where you built it, and I was like, ah, yes, look, my suspicions were correct. You know, I actually kind of agree. I don't know, there's something about playing without shaders that makes me feel like I have to focus more on how I'm building things and the blocks I don't know. I kind of feel that though, because when I was working on Tim's house, I actually had my shaders off for most of the time that I was building it. Just because I wanted to make sure that it would look good with or without shaders. And so I don't know, I spent a lot of time not using shaders over the last episode, and I'm kind of feeling the same way of like, maybe I don't need shaders all the time. The problem is I just love how shaders make everything look. And like the moment Vibrant Visuals is in the game, I will be using Vibrant Visuals, which is still shaders. So no problem. I had a lot of fun making that video. I think it's still maybe my favorite farm I've built is that Froglight farm. That'll be a fun trip. We are still trying to figure out what our Memorial Day weekend looks like, but I think it's V's family on Sunday, and then like family friends on Monday, and then I think we're doing stuff with my family maybe Saturday and kind of split on Monday, but we haven't finalized any plans yet. Yeah, no, the sorter was a good call, and I've been meaning to add a sorter to both that and my my wool farm, because my wool farm, I just literally it's a hodgepodge mess, and I just kind of ignore it. Not to mention, actually, all of my shears are broken in the wool farm, because I actually only did one shear per instead of like filling them up with shears. So I also need to go back and fix that, because I've been completely neglecting that thing for episodes now. Let's replant these down here. Not that they need to be here, but okay, this is probably enough andesite, so we'll just get ourselves up and out of here. Yeah, definitely enough andesite, considering we can't pick up the rest of it. There we go. Oh, I like sorters because it throws me off every time. I don't know, it helps keep me organized. You guys have all seen how disorganized I am. My inventory being my prime example in this moment. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've been trying pretty hard to actually do some of my things that I need to do and have them be part of the videos too. So like going to the ancient city. There was no reason we had to go to the ancient city other than because I wanted to, and I'd been pushing it off. I don't know, I was kind of getting in my head. I've been getting in my head. I know we talked about this last time, but like of just making videos and things, and I just need to like chill. Like, none of us are getting paid for this yet. You know, it just make the videos. My lights are going crazy. Did you see that? That was these my ring lights that are pointed at me. They're going crazy. But you know, I just need, yeah, I don't know. I was just being a silly goose. And so I told myself to just slow it down and take care of it. So it was fun. I suck at golf. and why I'm saying this is going to make sense in a second. I suck at golf. I've been playing golf again. I used to play it a lot in middle school, and then I stopped. And then for the first time in 15 years, no, 12 years, I'm like playing golf again with friends. I actually, V is playing golf as well, which is the first time she's ever done it. But I suck at it. And all of this matters because I saw a video recently of somebody who built a 3-hole golf course in their Minecraft world using breeze charges to launch you up in the air so you can throw an ender pearl farther, and like you act as the golf ball. And now that's all I want to do. I just want to build a golf course, and then I want to challenge my friends to a game of golf in Minecraft. And that's one of those things I'm like, oh, well, that might just have to happen sometimes. I think that would be so fun. But yeah. Have you, well, you've already, you haven't gone to the end yet, have you, Nettie? I don't think you have. Because you could always just go run around the end islands and get some good loot there, but oh yes, you could also do the minecart trick to launch it very far. Yes. But if you do the breeze rods, it limits you to a more reasonable thing. So that acts as your driver, and then, you know, so on and so forth from there. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I think a golf course would be fun. And I was kind of thinking, you know, the woods back behind the farmhouse and kind of around that mountain and hill. Just do like however many holes will fit right there and just have it be there. And then whatever. I think that would be so fun. And then, you know, someday I can add when at some point, probably when I built that. That's a strange sound. The one that I saw, it was just wind charges and you throw an ender pearl and you just act as the ball. But I know that you can use the armadillos, kind of like a scoop ball or whatever they have on Hermitcraft, where, you know, you do it as soccer. And so that wouldn't be a bad one. A snowball could also be a good one for a golf ball if you want to use it as a golf ball. But the thing is, you could probably only use it on the green for putting because it's going to break when you throw it. But if we built the green with ice under it, then it would slide and you could just drop it instead of throwing it. Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, the putting is the part that I'm trying to figure out, because the driving using a ender pearl makes the most sense to me, and just teleport yourself, because otherwise you got to walk that, and that sounds terrible. I don't know. Things to consider, because I don't know. I think that could just be a fun one of just like, we've got this fun golf course in our world for no reason other than just for fun. But yeah. Okay, I want a stone cutter because I don't want to actually like do all of this myself. But I can't remember how to build a stone cutter. I think we need, oh, that's literally just it. We just need stone. We don't have stone. Time to make some stone. And then once we've got this all put together, we can actually, you know, cut some of this up so that we're not wasting nearly as much to make some things. Yeah, as I was saying, we'll do trees all around, we'll do bunkers, we'll do water hazards. I was kind of thinking to make it more difficult, because obviously when you get jumped up into the air with wind burst, you got a really clear shot of where you're going to throw that thing. So I was thinking maybe we could do some air obstacles, like just something up there that might shift the direction of your shot or something, or, you know, something that like it actually takes some level of skill to know what you're shooting through. So have some like arches or something through it, or rings or something. That I think that could be really cool. That's a good point. I'm gonna waste that coal anyway because I just saw your message about that, but that's a good point. I am pretty proud of that tree that I built in the last episode though, because I tried to take your guys' advice and do just a little bit less less full on the greenery to, you know, make it look a little bit more like a tree would look. I was pretty proud of that. I felt good about that one. This music is really groovy tonight. I feel like I'm just like in a Pokemon game. All right, let's replant this tree because we're definitely gonna want it. And then let's get this down and start cutting up our stones. So we definitely are gonna want some polished andesite. I'll just do one stack. We'll do one stack of kind of all of these for now. And then we got 3 stacks of just normal andesite. So let's start here. There we go. Also, there's no reason I need that as well. Or that. There we go. Yeah. I was very proud of that episode. I really was. I feel like it was kind of silly of me to not have the things from that episode be the thumbnail for the video. But at the same time, I was like, it's not really. The 26 minutes of that video is the ancient city. I feel like it's misleading when I put like, here's the last 5 minutes of this video as my thumbnail. Which I suppose thumbnails are inherently misleading, but like still, you know, I feel kind of mean when I do that. Now that I'm looking at this, I kind of don't want to have this be the outermost wall. So we actually are going to tear down what we've placed, and we're just going to extend these out 1 block so that they look a little different. And I had an idea, which I'm going to pitch this idea now before I commit to anything. So I don't know. I think most of you watch Hermitcrafter, at least to some degree. So B-Dubs made the Nether hub there, and it's absolutely insane. But he's got these massive picture frames there that he's just has hanging with like, I think technically he used copper rods or something else. Maybe it was even glass. Like hang it from the sky so high that you couldn't see where the hanging started. So it just kind of looked like it's just, you know, hanging picture frame from the sky. And I'd kind of had the same idea of like just having a hanging enchanting area, but I think I still like the idea more of building a tower. But I wanted to let you all know that that was a thought that I had before I just decide, no, I'm not going to do that. But I think I'm going to not do that. But I do think it looks really, really cool. Tower, baby. All right. Glad we're on the same page. Let's expand these all by 1 block. I know, it's a very fun idea. And just have it dangling, and then we'll also have, you know, bookshelves dangling in a way that still works, though. That's kind of the complicated thing about making enchanting tables aesthetic, is that they still kind of have to work. But, okay, well, let's start with doing a little layer of... Do we have gravel? I think I sold off all my gravel. Not a lot. Not a lot. We will just build kind of a rudimentary wall around this. I don't know. We're just gonna do kind of a rough textured thing here. Just start like that. And then from here, we can do kind of the pillars that I was thinking of. Ooh, I do need to fill in this block. I thought this block was the empty block on all these, but it was not. Okay. Sure. We'll just repeat the shape all the way around. And then what we'll do from here is I'm thinking maybe we'll try... Actually, you know what? On the front, we're not going to repeat that shape because I want to do kind of a soft arch going up. But we do need... What color trapdoors? I feel like the closest color is probably going to be just doing a pale oak trapdoor for the arch because there isn't a gray. Yeah, I think we'll probably just need to end up doing... Oh, posture check. Good reminder. The problem, I think I mentioned this last time. My problem is that my chair is getting a little old now that when I sit straight up, my tailbone is like on the back edge of the seat because it doesn't have a lot of lumbar support anymore to like keep me centered. So I need to get a new chair. We got our first harvest of sugarcane though. Exciting. Why did you give me an egg over there? Okay, well, we'll worry about the filling in of this with other things later, but for now, we can at least try and get the general shape. So I'm kind of thinking like, you know, Hobbit style half circle here, and then we'll have it go up and I don't know, maybe we'll do... Let's see, what do we want to do for the roof? So if we're going to do kind of a circle motif here, we probably want to have the circle replicated up top. So maybe we do a, you know, a square base with circle motifs and then a round tower going up. And then I guess we could just do a normal pointed top and we could do that out of really anything. But maybe we could go to the nether and try and get some blackstone maybe to try with. That might not be a bad one. Look, I'll even drink water instead of soda. Okay. Let's start with that and just see. So I think the next layer from here needs to be, I think another upside down. Like, oh, now I'm wondering. It might need to be a layer like this, and then we do this. And then what we'll actually do is once we get our... That almost feels too steep. Oh, I'd love an iced coffee. I would love an iced coffee. Let's get a set of trapdoors and see how this looks. It would definitely look better with diorite, but it's not going to look terrible. Oh, that was never going to work. Okay. Well, that answers my question. We're not going to do that because I need that to be 1/2 block higher. So let's tear those down. This music is just... It's fun music tonight. And then we'll go in and texture this once we have the shape done, but I just want to make sure that I am not being a silly guy. I mean, I'm always being a silly guy, but you know, like that doesn't, it's not as circular as the one, you know, it's got a lot more pointed there. So if we replace this with that, ooh, I don't mind that actually. I thought I was gonna dislike that more than I do. It's still not perfect though. And I'm assuming having it be a full block is also not good. It is not good. I think maybe it might actually be these that are throwing it off on the sides. Okay, let's build it up with the wood on all the sides and just see if that... So if we have this completely filled in like this, and then we come through and fill in the space... How does that look? Not my favorite. Not my favorite. We're not doing it. We're not doing it that way. I have a new idea. So we are going to change it just a little bit in that we'll have it, I think maybe start out like this. And then we can do a half curve from there, but then it kind of still has this, you know, the general look that we go for when, you know, I am building roofs and things. So we'll go like this, and then that feels better because it feels more grounded, but it does make me think I need to make this go all the way around on both sides. Does that look too chunky? A little bit chunky. Definitely a little bit chunky. We did a little half here, a little piece there, and then nope, that ain't it, Chief. Okay, the shapes are not shaping tonight. So let's see, we could just, well, there's no reason I have to be doing my arch out here on these. I could always do my arch right here. I mean, have it be a very small arch, but you know, like have it be inside of this, and then we'd have maybe again, we're just doing the shapes right now. We will make this look far better. Now, what does it look like if we just walled that off? Does that look bad? I mean, obviously it looks very flat right now, but I don't mind the shape of it. I like the hard lines and the, you know, the little quarter block edge. But it almost feels too house-like to do, you know, a tower off of it. Copper grates would not be a bad idea to fill in those spaces. I do still feel like this, the wall right here, would be nice just to give some added structure to it. But then, yeah, maybe doing copper grates right here, if we can find copper. That's the problem. That's our big issue with all of this, is we have to find copper to do that. Gotta get out of my inventory. So I'm not sure. We'll have to look. Bombardier, thanks for the follow. Welcome. You think do copper grates across the entire area instead of the wall? Can we get copper from this man, Howard? Why do you trade us nothing useful, dude? That's so sad. Okay, copper is going to be a rough one because we probably aren't going to be able to get any copper until after we've left our island. So am I blind? Did he? Oh. I was too busy being frustrated with him. That's on me. You didn't deserve it, Howard. Okay, he does have copper ore. We do need to find copper first. Do we have any copper? Hold on. We might be fully in the clear. Do we have copper ore? Well, we don't, but I really like the idea. And I do really like that shape. And I'm thinking maybe if we on this side just did, oh, well, okay. Let's see if I can demonstrate this without dying. But if I die, there's no consequence. So if we kind of replicated that idea over here and we did kind of upside down stair. Okay, that was silly of me. We're just going to lose some of this andesite and that's going to be okay. But if we kind of just did a line on this side to go along with it. Beep. I think there's probably some copper down here. There's probably some copper down here that we'll just go digging for. Maybe make these just a little bit taller, and then we can have more copper grates or something as kind of windows going in on the side over here. And then maybe we'll repeat this shape on the back. And then instead of doing like a big tower, because again, this is feeling kind of boxy to me, what we could try and do is let's see. So we got a big box here. We could either go with the shape and add another box on top and do kind of like a graduated tower that just goes smaller squares all the way up. Or we could do wider. We could kind of follow the idea of all the houses that are there at the fishing village, you know, with kind of the thinner base and then the wider top, and just do something like that, which wouldn't necessarily be a tower, but it would still be kind of this solid build that would then, you know, have, you know, blocks that come out on this level and go over, and still kind of give some depth and shape to it. So that's an option. Or I guess another option would be we could kind of do, well, hold on. This is just a test. If we stripped all of this wood down, which maybe I'll just start here, we could almost do something very like Parthenon-esque. And maybe go into the, honestly, maybe go into the Nether and get quartz to do it. And we just build, I mean, we'll make it longer, so we'll probably take this and move that down that way. But we could build almost a Parthenon-esque thing. And honestly, we probably only need to make it this much longer. Like, it just probably needs to be double in length of this. So if we could do that, we're not going to find any glow lichen, but if we could get, okay, we need to go to the Nether. We need to go to the Nether because I'm having ideas. We don't have Soak Touch, but that's going to be okay. I think it'll be okay. We're going to find out if it's going to be okay. We'll also keep an eye out for some copper while we're headed down here. YouTube does not think I'm streaming. YouTube, what have you done? Oh, ha! You know why? Because I'm the worst. And I had them unlisted while I was getting everything set up. Wow, it almost beats the fact that I, you know, had the YouTube stream going early. YouTube stream was the first one that was running. There we go. It is up and going, doing great. Yep, I'm a solid content creator. I'm so good at remembering to do the things that I'm supposed to do. That's funny. Okay, well, I'm glad we sorted that out. Feel a little silly, but it's on now. Sorry anybody who's, you know, been on YouTube waiting to watch and then been like, why is this not working? Welcome to the YouTube side. Thanks for calling it out. I'm so excited for the new, I don't know if you guys have listened to the new CD that you get from Killing a Ghast. I guess it's obviously it's not out yet, but in the next snapshot. But that whole song, Tears, is a fun song. I like it a lot. I actually had some people comment that they didn't like the new music though, because it feels really different from C418. And I get it, like I do, but at the same time, I don't know. The game has to grow. The game has to age and change and things. And yes, part of the beauty to Minecraft for me is the nostalgia of it. But at the same time, you know, like we got to let the game grow and change, or we're not going to, you know, have all these great things that people have been asking for forever. They're not, you know, they're never going to bring them to the game if we're not allowing them to make changes that, you know, take a risk. But I like the new music. My only issue with the new music from a, I guess a creation standpoint, which again, it's good for the artist because I want the artist to get paid for their music. But I think, you know, Microsoft isn't using C418 because, you know, they get to keep the proceeds to songs that, you know, they've commissioned from other people, because C418 wants to keep all of the rights to their own music. But all interesting. My unrelated to anything. I'm looking for quartz and for a crimson forest. I'm kind of doing all sorts of things. I just was mostly looking for a crimson forest in that moment. Oh, we're silly. Why didn't we empty the... Ah! I make poor choices. But we all knew this. But yes, I am looking for quartz. You are correct. I just was looking for a crimson forest as well to try and see if we could find some lichen of some sort. But we should do this and probably go back to the overworld first to drop off some of the stuff, because I like the idea of switching most of the structure of this build to quartz. I think that's a great idea. So quartz and the pale oak. So the pale oak, I think, complements the quartz really well. I like the really light pink hues to both pale oak and quartz too. It definitely would, yeah. And it kind of opens up, the space for us to do some more building with these blocks and that colors as we continue. Oh, we did get it. Okay, I thought we dropped that piece. I was sad. Oh, have we been this way, or did we just do that to get glowstone? We must have been this way. I just don't remember doing it. Okay, let's pop our way down. I'm gonna go ahead and guess this is only 1 block thick. Let's just test that theory. Oh, it's not. Okay. Sweet, we can just grab this stuff. A little afraid to try and grab this one. It worked out, okay. Yeah, it must have been, one of the first streams. I think it was to get glowstone. Okay, we've officially ran out of storage space, and that's fine. So let's... what can we drop? Soul sand. We can definitely drop soul sand. We'll be okay without that. We can always find more of that. Oh, unrelated to what I was saying. Sorry, I started saying this, Sky, when you switched over to YouTube. But right now, my my subscriber count and my watch hours are neck and neck. And so, as we do when we're looking at our stats and things, I sit there and I just day by day, I'm like, which one of you is gonna win? Which one of you is gonna do it first? And the answer is probably subscribers. We all know how watch hours goes, but it would be cool if watch hours beat subscribers. Oh gosh, we need more space already. Or I could start making quartz. Could just start making quartz. That would help us out immensely, since we're not making any observers right now. So that works. Picked up something that I didn't want to have in my inventory, but I don't know what it was. Oh, because the quartz takes a spot, that's why. Okay. Well, I didn't want to get in a fight, dude. Dude. Well, I appreciate that. I just need to do a better job of promoting my streams too, I think. But I don't know. I don't I don't know. I guess there's probably no such thing as putting out too much content when we are as small of channels as we are right now. But I feel weird sometimes when I'm like, here's a short on Tuesday, here's a video on Sunday, here's a stream on Tuesday as well. Here's, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing silly things, but I know that's what we need to be doing. But yeah. I just need to get over it. I just need to it's fine. It's fine. Plus, the more I post, the more we all get to chat. So it's all kind of works out. I do need, so the problem, I always want to watch your streams, but Monday nights, my friends and I play D&D, and I know you didn't have one yesterday. Well, I didn't get a notification that you had one, but if you did, I'm sorry that I just said that. But yeah, that's been one of my things. I'm like, ugh, I want to watch your streams, but then I'm like always busy on Monday nights. Zen, I was glad to see you got your video out when you wanted to get it out, though. I know you were worrying about the time on your video last week. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I swear you didn't stream yesterday, but because I get the notifications, but you know, beating myself, I could just turn on your stream while I'm playing D&D anyway and just have it playing in the background. I feel bad when I'm like just, you know, what's called lurking, because you guys all chat with me, and it's so nice, and I want to do the same, but but I suppose, to be fair, I could just do that. I don't really think about that. No! Oh, it burned. Tragic. Well, we've got a stack of quartz. We're definitely gonna need more. Yeah, when I first started streaming back in the old days of COVID, I streamed on Monday, Wednesday, and Sundays, or no, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays, and I had to cancel at least one of those streams every week. And ever since I decided to just stream on one day, you know, here, I feel like I've been able to actually like make that consistently, because it just becomes my plan for that day. Like, oh, people want to go get dinner? Nope, sorry, I got to do this. Except for in the case of my brother last week, because that was a big deal. I suppose dinner was a bad example, but like, it's just nice to have a set night and be like, oh yes, this is what we're doing today, so nothing else gets in the way of what I am, you know, wanting to be doing and the work I need to be doing here. Am I wearing gold? Oh, they are ignoring me. Okay, I couldn't tell if they were ignoring me or if I just wasn't getting close enough. But yeah, he's gonna go be an archaeologist. Actually, factually. He's gonna go do that with one of the biggest archaeology firms in our area, which is a pretty big deal. And that's like what he's been wanting to try and get a job in for literally over a year, and what he wants to get a PhD in and all these things. So we're all very excited for him, because this has been a long time coming. And so super, super cool. It is fun. We're really, really excited for him. We went to this super bougie restaurant that we all love, but like so it's just owned by this guy, who, like, the food, like, I mean, it's more expensive than going out to like Applebee's or something, but it's really not like, it's not like a, you know, 5-star crazy cuisine thing, but really, really great food that this guy just runs the restaurant, has, you know, some cooks in the kitchen, but like, he's just walking around all night. He's the host, he's the chef, he's the bartender, and like, he comes and checks on you. There's no reservations. You just walk in, you say how many people there are, and he just remembers your face and how big of a party you have, and like, we'll just come find you when your table's ready. And so this awesome restaurant that we all really love. But oh, Zen, I completely missed your long message up there too. My stats are weird. I have over 1,200 hours of watch time, but my sub count is far from milestone for monetization. I just feel like the watch timing is weird, because like, I kid you guys not, 2 of my videos make up for 60% of my watch hours. My Q&A video has 296 hours on it, and the fan tutorial, but the 3x3, not the 5x5, the 3x3 short has 200 something hours on it too. So those 2 videos make up 500 hours. of just like, and that just blows my mind because I just don't know how I'm like, I don't know. I didn't expect that either though. So it is cool, but it's just one of those like, what do I do? I just gotta make more of those because like those are definitely the outliers there. Ah, there we go. No, it does not. Well, I don't know if it does because, well, I guess maybe it doesn't. I thought it was just short views that were their own thing. Yes, inventory management. Hey, I've been trying really hard on the actual survival world to have a good inventory. I even called it out in one of the last episodes. So I'm trying, but I obviously have not taken the time to do that here. Hehehe. Oh, interesting. Well, then never mind. Just when I look at the watch time, I guess that's my second biggest one, but I guess it's just the kind of the culmination of all the other things. I thought it was. Interesting. Interesting. You learn something new. Well, then there's still, the point still stands of the one video of the Q&A from who knows when is, I don't think it's my most watched video anymore, but it's definitely my longest watched video. The good thing, yeah, they are. It's those snapshot shorts, and I'm really glad that I make them because I feel like I know more about this game than I've ever known. But yeah, I really do enjoy those ones. But it kind of stinks when it's a snapshot like today, where it's just kind of like they changed how clouds look, guys. And I have to like, you know, make an interesting video out of that. But I don't know. Like I've said before, I like the challenge of throwing together those videos too, and like trying to do them all in a day. I think that's a whole lot of fun. Yeah. Shorts aren't really the most efficient way to reach monetization, but they are a really great way to reach a larger audience. And I think that's the benefit I found of doing shorts, is that my videos are being shown to thousands of more people than my shorts are being shown to thousands more people than my videos might be. So it at least lets me have, you know, a few more people seeing my videos and interacting with them, and potentially subscribing and things like that too. Yeah. Well, and that's why I think Zen would really do well with a stream, because Zen's got the most dedicated group of viewers that watch his entire videos every single time. Yeah, you just got like the people who watch your videos, they lock in, which is awesome. Like it's like I'm one of them. I turn on those videos and I just watch every second of them. I am very proud of the quality of my shorts. I will agree with that. I'd much rather make a really funny 30-second video than a really lame 30-second video, which is why I was really happy. Like it actually is not one of the best. It's actually one of the worst shorts that I've put out, was the one that I did last time of the the new craftable saddles and stuff. But I still think top 3 videos I've ever made. I'm so proud of that one. I love that one. Oh, well, you got, yeah, there's a lot to catch up on. I I've done that with your Java Coast. I've not done that with your other things, but I am completely caught up on Java Coast. But I suppose that was easy because I started watching that, I think, on your first episode when you guys moved to the Java server. But I think you're fun, patchwork Elytra. I think you're, well, whatever. The Elytra that are not fully rendered in right now because the mod isn't there yet. I think those are really funny, by the way. It's, you know, that's the thing. Like, for a while, I don't know. Like, it really is about doing what you want to do, because it is. I mean, it is a job. It's a second job. Like, you know, I spend my friend and I did. Sometimes you'll see him in chat. Cymonks. We did a estimation of timing. I don't know. It was probably a couple months ago now, when I was still doing 2 videos a week, and I was working an additional at minimum 27 hours a week on videos. And so, like, I mean, it's a second job, and if you're going to be having a second job on top of a job that maybe isn't your favorite job, because, you know, not that, like, I really do like my job, but, you know, if I could be doing this full time, I would. You know, you want it to be a game that you enjoy. And I think at some point, obviously, I will play games other than just Minecraft too, but, like, Minecraft's the game I come back to. It's my go-to always. So I don't know. I would definitely prioritize doing the game you like over the game that gets views, I guess I should say. Because I don't know, Nettie, for you, if you get more interaction with your Minecraft content or with your Dark Souls content, but, like, pick the one that you like more. Pick the one that you have more fun with. Zen, Lay of the Land looks so stinking cool, dude. I actually sent that to one of my buddies who really doesn't like Minecraft anymore. He only likes Minecraft if it's modded almost to the point of not being Minecraft anymore. Which, like, for all of us, you know, we do some levels of modding here, but, like, it's still at base the same game. But he loves playing Minecraft almost to the point where it's not the same game. And I was like, you need to try, yeah, kind of like Flow State, yeah. But I was like, you need to look up Lay of the Land, dude, because I think this might be exactly what you need, because he loves Valheim, and I mean, I like Valheim as well too, but I think Lay of the Land kind of meshes the two worlds of Valheim and Minecraft into one place while looking like Teardown, which, if you guys have never watched any videos of people playing Teardown, I highly recommend. Especially Smitty. Just watch Smitty's videos on playing Teardown, because they're really funny. All right, I think we're just gonna mine this until we break it, and then we'll go make ourselves a new axe. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like, I do like a fair level of mods. Like, don't get me wrong. I play with like 98 mods in total, I think, you know, with everything all accounted for. But it's still, you know, it's still vanilla Minecraft at its base with some quality of life things. And, like, I like a lot of the mods that Zen has in his videos, especially that, like, double the bigger chests and all that stuff. Like, that's all mods that I think that's all still in the spirit of the same game. But yeah, it's like when you take it to a point that it's completely different combat systems and things like that, I'm like, ugh, what? How does that work? Yeah. My ideal setup for, like, mods and like kind of the mods to vanilla mix is vanilla aesthetics with some mods to make the game look a little prettier or run a little better. But honestly, right now we're running at 240 FPS, which is the refresh rate of my monitors, so it probably could go higher than that. I just have it set to sync with my monitors, and, like, that's so much better than it runs on you know, just when we have everything. I think when we're in the village on the when we're in the village on the main world, it only runs at like 80 FPS because of everything that's going on over there, and you know, all the things I'm trying to mix into it. But okay, I think this was a relatively successful nether trip. We didn't get any lichen of any sort yet, but that's okay. We'll get some later. I think we need to find a crimson forest for that. But what we do need to do is find our way back. And I can't remember what way is back. We could take the easy way out and just throw ourselves off a cliff, but I feel like that is too easy of a way out, so we won't do that. The music is really staying funky. Have I seen Reforge? No, I have not. Oh, we still fell off a cliff. Oh, but we survived. We're good. Woo! I was kind of thinking to myself earlier of like, when it comes time to end this stream series, how do we do it? Sorry, that just made me think of that. Please do tell me about Reforge then, but I'm gonna spiral off on a little tangent here. And I think once we've beat the Ender Dragon, I'm going to set a timer for how long we can stay alive before we die, you know, because I have a bad habit of dying. And that'll be, you know, we'll just see how long we can last without dying. So it effectively becomes a hardcore world once we beat the Ender Dragon. And then forever we can make fun of me if it's only like, you know, 30 seconds that I live after beating the Ender Dragon. Oh, no, I haven't seen that, but Xbox 360 Minecraft was my introduction to the game. It'll always have my heart. What have we done? Where are we? I suppose if we look to run to 0-0, we'll probably get there. Yeah, we'll just go this way. I guess that's assuming that the spawn is at 0-0. I actually don't know. But we're still gonna go this way. Well, I'll have to look into it. I have been on a new game hiatus recently where I just like have not been trying any new games. I've just been no-lifing Minecraft, you know, which again, like I've said, is fine by me because I love this game and that's what I want to be doing. But oh, here soon, guys, it's gonna be a tough one because there's a complete overhaul to the game I used to stream and play a lot that is coming to Rainbow Six Siege in June, and I'm going to be hard pressed to not make videos about that, or at least to not, you know, spend a decent amount of time playing that game. But it's just completely outside of the genre in that it's a FPS game, and that's not really what we, you know, do here. But oh, I know that June is going to be a rough one for me because I'm going to be like making videos and then immediately jumping over to play more of that game and then making videos, but it'll be fun. Oh, there's so many baddies here. Leave me alone. Where are my frogs to defend me? Ouch. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, I don't want to die. Okay, we're free. The cat's extra cuddly today. My cat was also extra cuddly today. She was sitting, Fia was sitting up on my desk earlier while I was working, and I just like was sitting with my arm here, and she like wrapped her paws around my arm and like dug her claws in a little bit, not like on purpose, but yeah, Siege, yeah. And like was like just holding onto my arm with her mouth, and I was like, "Are you nursing? You are 4?" She's like, I was like, "What are you doing, girl?" But oh, she's such a sweetie. She was so cuddly today. I think it's the weather. It's been really rainy and things here, and so like all of our animals have been just very, very cuddly recently. I'm with you on the new game thing. I've been enjoying playing Minecraft so much that I've not really gotten started on any other. Yeah. Hey, I really have liked watching videos of people playing Oblivion. I was never much of a player of, you know, Skyrim or any of the Elder Scrolls games, but it looks really good. I will say I think maybe I've mentioned this before. I had a blast playing Hogwarts Legacy when that came out. That game was like, I finished that in 3 days, I think. Like 100%ed that game. 100%ed, nothing left. I did every single thing in that game within 72 hours, I think. And it was a dumb choice, but I did do it. That's Sky, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like I jump in to play other games, and other than Siege, I can't. Like it's like Minecraft and Siege, and I think Minecraft is where I can be creative and Siege is where I can be competitive, and so I feel fulfilled, you know? But that's just kind of how I feel. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Hyperfixated on Hogwarts Legacy for like half a day, and then I stopped playing for a little. Yeah, I obviously did not do that. I hyperfixated and beat it. And I actually I've got a Xbox controller that I keep right here just in case I ever decide that I need to no life that game again. Like it is purpose built, well, not purpose built, but like it is placed purposely in my desk exclusively for Hogwarts Legacy. I am doing well, man. How are you doing? Yeah, I actually have never been able to talk to V about Hogwarts Legacy because she wanted to play it through, so I've never given her any spoilers or anything. And then I got her the game on Switch, and we just lost the card for it. It's gone. We've got no clue because we got like a physical copy of it, because our Switch doesn't have a lot of storage on it. And it was before I updated the storage on the Switch, I should say. It does now, but you know, at first it didn't. And so she still has never got to play Hogwarts Legacy through because she'd prefer to play it on a controller on the couch. So she doesn't want to play it like on her PC, because I could just, you know, let her borrow it on Steam. But yeah. Okay, let's empty out the inventory and stop being goofballs about all of the random things that we have, because we're holding on to way too many things right now. So I think I'll still hold on to the pale oak. We got a quartz. Let's throw the emeralds in here. I don't need, if I've got all this steak, I don't need that. Well, I have even more steak in there too. And we'll leave the leather in the books because we've already built the books and things that we need. Okay, look at us. We're tidying up a little bit so that we're not being as silly about our entire inventories just being completely packed full. There we go. Welcome back, Tim. That's totally fair. All right, I think we got a good set of things to get started. We are gonna need another axe though, because we did break that last one. So I'm gonna just throw all this extra wood in here. And then let's make a new axe really quick. There we go. Sweet. Okay. Hydrate. Look at you. You guys are being so kind. Just forcing me to drink water. I am. Wrong bite. I am chronically dehydrated. I keep this, no, I have not finished the enchantment tower. I've been in the nether. Probably the entire time you've been gone. I just came back. I keep this water bottle on my desk all day. And I should just sit and drink it, but I just don't. I just don't. And it's really bad of me. But alas. Okay. Let's change this up. Because we can do most of what we did here minus the walls though. Hold the phone. Let's go get some diorite. How is this gonna look if we get some diorite? We got some. Ooh, we don't have a lot though. If we did polished diorite, how does? Ooh, I don't really want to. I'd almost prefer it to be normal diorite over polished diorite. Hold on, let's do. What does this look like when we do these all together? Not my fave. I don't actually think this looks that good at all with it. I almost prefer how it looks with the gray. I actually didn't die. I almost died, but I didn't die. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We've decided what's going to happen. So we're going to leave this structure, but let's make quartz pillars, and then maybe what we'll do. Let's start with some quartz pillars, and we'll see how we're feeling once we got these front two quartz pillars built in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think this was the right choice. I really like how polished looks most of the time. So I was kind of thinking we'd try that as well. So we'll give it its fair try too. So let's get just a set of polished stuff. So we got our quartz, and then we got our stripped oak, and then our polished blocks. Okay, I actually do think that looks better than just plain diorite. I still think andesite looks the best though, just as a light contrasting block. But now that I'm saying it, I do really like how that looks. Yeah, Sky, you're right. You're right. All right. All right. It's happening. We're going to do it that way. The only problem is we don't get polished diorite walls, but I think we just use the andesite walls. I think if we just put well, we'll have to see. But I think we just use the andesite walls and it should look just fine with all of this. I can't believe I just got told you so on my own stream. It's insane. Yeah. I kind of like that because it gives kind of this like shadow effect in a way. Okay. I like it. I like it. I think we're good. Okay. Let's go ahead. We need to get some more cobblestone. And then we'll expand this out. Like I said, we'll just go, I guess, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll do, because there's 9 here, 9 rows here. So we'll just, extending from here, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do 8 from there. But I don't have to do cobblestone, guys. We have other blocks. We'll do cobblestone for now until we figure out what we want to put as the floor. No, you're right. You're right. That was my cosmic comeuppance right there. And then, like I said, we're going to move this back once we get this new platform built. But let's start with this. So we'll go. So this will be. We'll just do this as we're going, so we can mark it. I do still take forever to listen because I'm silly and I need to hear it from like 9 other people before I decide that something is, you know, actually a right choice, because I'm a man and men are dumb. You heard it here first. Okay. And then we'll do, like I said, we'll do our pillar over here. And then, I mean, these will probably be pillars too, but I just wanted to make sure we got the shape in, and then we'll figure out from there. Okay. I think that's gonna look good. I think that's gonna look good. Yeah. And then we'll do our nice little Parthenon roof, which I'm excited about because those are nice and easy roofs. But we need to get a bunch of cobblestone before we can actually do that. So I guess we'll just dig around for some cobblestone here for a little bit. The thing is, polished diorite is actually one of my favorite blocks in this game. Like, I love how polished diorite looks. I used a ton of it on Tim's build. And I was starting to doubt it, and I knew I shouldn't have. I think in my head I was thinking that it was going to look more like calcite than it does, which, not that calcite looks bad, but I think calcite probably would be a little more harsh to try and mix in with the marble, or with the quartz, I should say. Because the calcite looks much more like marble. But maybe I'm just creating this in my brain. Not that we have access to calcite here because, you know, there's no amethyst, but who knows? Oh, I know nobody called the posture check, but I could feel myself dropping down. It was bad. Oh, okay. There we go. Now I'm gonna leave these because I don't want to move them again, which is so lazy, but we'll leave a little walkway to them. Okay, that's probably enough cobblestone. So let's get ourselves back up out of here. And we'll go fill in the rest of that space. And then we can maybe actually get this thing built with our last, what do we got? 35 minutes? Oh yeah, we got more than enough time to do this. I'd love if we had terracotta. Imagine doing like some glazed terracotta on the bottom of this, just like a fun little design. Or like the actual Parthenon where they used to have the paintings here across the top. Oh, do those, but with glazed terracotta. That would look so cool. All right, now that we got all this set, we can tear down these, and we will replace these all with the actual blocks that we're going to use. This is like one of my outro and intro songs. This song, I feel like, is always playing at either the beginning of the stream or at the very end of the stream. And we are at neither of those right now. One, two, three, 4, 5. 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll eat something so I don't die the next time I do this. Oops, that was silly. Boom, boom. Oh. Welcome back. I've just started working on the actual pieces of this. Gonna need more now. Do that. There we go. Oh, I guess I didn't need to do that part, so I'm not going to. 2, 2, 1, 1. Boom. Okay. So now we can try, and I mean, I guess we'll probably just fill in this intersection, but we almost don't have to. We actually almost don't have to, and I'm having an idea where we can still kind of do the suspended books like we talked about. Okay, I'm having an idea. We're gonna tear all this down right here. We're gonna leave the front wall though, because I do really like this structure, and I think we still need to have some level of an entrance. But maybe we make it go all the way down like that, and still, I don't know. I don't like how that looks with that. Let's just tear. We'll tear this part down. We've basically completely reset off of what we started with today. Boom, boom. Okay. Oh my, what? What happened? Did I do something? Okay. So if we got our little roof all set, are we thinking the polished diorite for the top of this? Or do we want to do... Well, let's just see how the polished diorite's going to look. So the Parthenon is a very, very, very set, you know, shape. We know how that roof looks. So it's going to start like this. It doesn't extend very far. It is obviously going to extend out a block over this. I am already backtracking on the original idea, but I think we're on to a winner here. And the Parthenon is just your typical triangle. And we've got our center right there. So we're just going to do this, and then we'll throw a slab on top of that. And that should be the one side handled. I feel like that's too tall. I feel like it's too tall. For the size of the build, I should say. For how big this is going to be, I feel like that's too tall. However, I do think the polished diorite looks really nice as a roof. But I think maybe we need to actually have it only come up to like this high. So, oh, that was silly. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I've backtracked. I've backtracked. We're gonna do the Temple of Knowledge is going to be our thing. And what better place, right? What better place? Okay, let's go do... We might need to go do a little hunt down here for some more diorite, because we do not have a bunch at all, and we cannot we cannot build this roof without diorite. Oh, and I was really hoping I could just like walk through this and just find diorite and not have to dig into a wall to find it, but we might be SOL on that one, guys. Is SOL PG? I think saying it like that is. Welcome, Rowan. Thanks for the follow. Okay, that's... I feel like there's got to be more diorite than that. But no, I mean, we're getting down to our sections that we've already mined out like this. Oh, goodness. Okay. Yes, well, yes, obviously saying it like that is, yes. Oh, well, there is some right there, but I feel like that is not diorite for me, unfortunately. Okay, this might be a silly choice, but I'm just gonna... It was a silly choice. I'm just gonna dig straight down and see if we run into diorite. And if we run into diorite, we can mine the diorite, easy peasy. We did not run into any diorite. Okay, so we might be out of diorite, at least in large chunks here. So the diorite roof might not actually be the move, because we're gonna need quite a bit more than I think we can obtain. But maybe we try that same digging down strategy from the middle up here. Actually, if we can just get over here. Hey, can you get out of my way, buddy? So if we just did a little dig through some of this granite, like if we could find a diorite mix that's as large as that granite one, that would be really awesome. Oh my gosh. What are the odds I land in lava right now? Woo. It was close. We were close to the lava, that's for sure. Yeah, I think we're at a diorite, guys. So it is going to be a all quartz build, it appears. Which is kind of a bummer. We got to work with what we got to work with, right? Until we escape, or we just go beat the Ender Dragon right now. Let's go do it. We're not ready, but we can keep throwing lives at it, you know? Keep inventories on. I think we just get our way up here. So we've got 24. Ugh, no, there isn't. I wish there was. Like, it looks like there is. Like, I can't zoom in, but like, it looks like there's deep slate. But if you go down there and dig down, you just hit bedrock. Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. I've just had an idea. If there is deep slate, hold on. Hold on. I have an idea. Because I guess we've never actually gone down to look and see if there is a deep slate down there. We've just assumed. So if we just coast on down this, we might find something here. Or we're going to find out pretty quickly that it is just a bedrock layer and they blocked the deep slate. It is just a bedrock layer. That's unfortunate. Darn. Okay. Again, this was built, this world is technically made for 1.16 and we're playing it on 1.21.5. So that's why it stops there, because it's before Caves and Cliffs. But yeah. It does make me wonder if everything out there, though, hold on. Render distance all the way up. Yeah, that's got deep slate. Look at all those. If only, if only. Look at all those spruce trees that we could make it to. How much easier life would be. I mean, look at this. How much easier life would be. Actually, it might not have deep slate. That looks pretty limited to me. Yeah. Is that a ruined? I think there's a ruined portal over there. I don't think there is. I don't think there's deep slate here, though. So we might actually. It might not even actually be an option here, but we'll make that disappear as if it was never there. Now, we really, like, I really do regret, and Tim, you're going to be like, told you so, but it was like episode 1 of this that you were saying we should have made coarse dirt, or maybe Zen, I think it was Tim saying it, though. We should have made the coarse dirt. And you're right, we should have made the coarse dirt, because think about how much more grass we'd have if we had coarse dirt. Okay, a bit of a bummer that we can't do all of this diorite. That would have been really nice. I think we can try and make as much as we can, but yeah, that's not going to be enough. So we'll get some quartz stairs made, and we're definitely going to need to go back for some quartz slabs. But if we just did our quartz like this, and then maybe, oh gosh, I don't know what we want to try and do from here. So what if we did, instead of like, how does that look for like a, oh, I think we're on to a winner here. Okay. And then we'll do well, I guess we'll just do like this here to get the shape for that correct. So coarse dirt, you take and then you turn it into a path block, and then you make it not a path block anymore. And magically, it's just normal dirt. So we would have left at least a grass block, but it would work. And then it would all expand on its own. I learned that from Gemini Tay, which is why I feel bad that we didn't do that on the first episode or whenever it was suggested. The other thing I wanted to do after this series was done, though, was the 1 block survival, you know? But Gem's doing that now, so I feel like I can't. Okay. Hear me out. It looks strange right now, but imagine there is a slab there, a slab there, a slab there, and a slab there. I think that shape is going to look much better. It's going to look much more in line with the actual slope of that roof. So I feel good about that. Let's do, okay, I like how this looks. So I just need to show you all the vision here. So we got to do right here along the top like this. And then if we could do, because I don't think there's an actual space to put a block. Yeah, okay. So what we got to do is on the back side, we got to come up with something to fill in, you know, like this. That's going to give a nice detail here. And I'm thinking that might be a really nice spot to put the chiseled quartz, which I never use. I can never find a use for it. I think that would look really nice. So you have a line of chiseled quartz right there. And then we could do, I don't know, something else in here, or we leave this open. But yes, I think that's what I'm saying, Tim, is I think the copper grates, this would be the perfect place for these copper grates to fit in. Especially imagine the copper grates oxidizing and turning blue. Oh my gosh, it would be perfect. So I think that's what we got to do. But I'm going to go ahead and make the shape of this roof while we're here. And then that way we can just run to the nether, go get some more quartz to finish this out. And then we can go find copper. I mean, one would have hoped we would have seen some copper while we were, you know, doing some of that mining just now, but I'm a little worried about the copper deposits around us too, in that there might not be any. Yeah. But I mean, at this point, you guys are all trying to get me to abandon the one chunk. You're all trying to get me to go out and explore the real world. How dare you? You're supposed to hold me accountable. How long was I planning to stream tonight or in general? You've written a script? That's exciting. Like I mean, okay. That sounds silly coming from me because I know that I write relative scripts, but I don't like you know what I'm saying. But I'm excited to see what you're doing for a script. Oh yeah, tonight I was gonna stream the normal amount of time, but I still got 20 minutes, right? Yeah, got 25 minutes. That's enough time to figure something out, to go back into the nether and grab something. Okay, I'm sorry, my hair is just, it's flattened out and now I just feel like I look silly. Goofy. It is enough time to do something though. Oh, okay, I am liking it. And imagine some copper grates like on this inner layer that have oxidized blue. That'll look nice. Well, I streamed till 9:30-ish your time. I streamed to 8:30 my time because I am a lame-o who goes to bed early. I used to not be a lame-o who goes to bed early. Can I just buy copper from you, just like without having to have a copper, please? That would be really ideal. What would I have done with any of the copper that was here? Also, how can he trade copper if this is before 1.18? Was 1.18, was copper in the game before Caves and Cliffs? I think I'm losing my mind. Hold on, can I use locate? I just gotta know something. We're just, what are they called? Trail, or, no, not trail runs, trial chambers. Okay, there are trial chambers here, so it's gotta be 1.21 something. I have no clue. I have no clue. I wonder if maybe just the, like, the immediate loaded chunks around are in 1.16, weirdly enough, and then the rest go farther. But yeah. Yeah, this is a pre-generated world. This map is. I don't know, zombies don't ever drop copper, do they? They only drop iron, or do they drop copper? Because if they could potentially drop copper, then we might have some up here. But it doesn't look like it. Gosh, we've got so much gunpowder though. Look at all these music discs too. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've got no clue. I'm intrigued to know. These are all things we get to find out once I've, you know, beat the Ender Dragon. Yeah. Oh. I'm getting the urge to go into spectator and fly over there, but I think these are things for us to learn in time. They're not things that I need to learn right this second. But I'm getting the urge. I'm getting the urge. Can't be a bad kid though. Okay, let's go to the Nether. Let's go to the Nether. We're on a time crunch. And yes, to your point, sometimes you get in the groove of streaming, you just want to keep going. And to be fair, I am feeling in the groove of streaming and I do want to keep going. But gotta hold myself to something. So we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling when 8:30 rolls around. Oh, before we get too close to 8:30 though, and people start heading out, next week I have to stream on Wednesday. It is going to be a little bit different because a friend invited me to a concert on Tuesday night with him that I have not seen him in a while. So we're going to go to a concert on Tuesday night. So I will be here on Wednesday night, which is going to change up a little bit. So if that doesn't work for your schedules, do not worry. I will survive. But I'll make sure that the VOD actually gets posted because I've been really bad about actually loading the VODs recently or editing the VODs and posting them recently. So I'll make sure that it actually gets up too. But yeah. That's true. There you go. Look at you. I will also be there, but I don't have a choice. This will make you jealous. I've seen Noah Khan twice now. I saw him for free the first time though, when he was playing on a free stage in Milwaukee. Because he had just blown up that summer, but they had booked him as a free concert before Sixth Season had come out. And my gosh, that was incredible. It was a blast. Of course, Zen, thanks for hanging out, man. And yes, we need to chat about that because we gotta get jumping on that. So we can definitely talk about that. But thank you as always for hanging out. I always appreciate it. I know. I'm sorry. I knew that would make you sad. I actually almost wore my shirt from his concert on stream tonight too, but I got this new jacket the other day and I was like, oh, it's a little chilly when I have my window open because I've decided I have to have my lights are going crazy. You guys see this? I've decided I need to have my my window open when I'm streaming because it gets really, really warm in here. But the flip of that is then it gets cold because it's cold outside. So yeah, I would love to see Halsey. On the flip side of that, I'd also love to see Chainsmokers. That the only reason I'm thinking of them is because they made Closer together to them, but that would be, they'd also be really fun to see. Well, you'd think while you were in New York that you would have had at least some chances to see him when he was out and about in that area, but well, we can definitely talk about the Lifesteal server if you'd like. You can send me a message. I have my Discord in the YouTube description. You're welcome to do that. Yeah, Chainsmokers is one of my favorites. My favorite EDM, it's actually just an individual. My favorite EDM group at the current moment, though, is Midnight Kids. I think I mentioned them last time. And they just make kind of just general melodic dubstep and house kind of music that I really enjoy. But yeah, I try very hard to be the guy who likes all types of music, so I can typically give you at least a couple songs of most bands and I'm like, yeah, I like this song. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Well, if you'd been in Milwaukee, what, 2 summers ago in 2013 or 2013? Whoa, 2023. Well, that's probably the last time he was ever free. I guess it technically had to pay entry to get into the, like, it was at Summerfest, which is like a huge music festival that they have there. But yeah, that was one of the coolest things I think I get to say is that I got to see him for free. Hey, I would have loved to go to the Eras Tour. V wanted to go to the Eras Tour really bad. So we will probably have to do that. Yeah, not 2013, 2023. Hey, actually, he was. Well, I guess I don't know. But Noah Khan was an EDM feature for the longest time when he was first starting in music. And that's how I actually found Noah Khan, was because he was a feature on an EDM song that I liked. Fun fact. I don't remember when that song came out though, but he could have been making music back then. I'd believe it. Ugh, okay, we definitely need more quartz than we've got, so we're just gonna need to see. There we go. I know, and that's, it's honestly, like, one of my problems is that I love quartz so much, but I just absolutely despise collecting it. That, like, it isn't, for the most part, it's not something that I feel like is worth it to collect. But it's a lot, I don't know, it's a lot easier to do the, whoa, I almost wiped out there. It's a lot easier to do these more grindy things when I'm streaming though, because I just get to like yap through it and not, you know, have to be entertaining myself doing it. But it's, yeah, it's so nice when you have the white block palettes. I fully agree. What was my first concert? Ooh. Well, the first concert I remember going to was a Justin Roberts concert, who he was like, I don't know, very like Jack Johnson-esque. I don't know if anybody's ever listened to Justin Roberts, but he was somebody that we saw somewhere when I was like a kid. I remember going to that, and it was like a pajama party. So you like all the kids showed up in their pajamas kind of thing. Like, I don't know. But my first like big concert that I remember going to though was probably, I don't know, probably Macklemore, which that would have been closer to 2012, 2013, whenever Macklemore was big. But I mean, I definitely went to other ones. I went to Bon Jovi at some point when I was younger. But I don't remember when that happened, and that was a great one. I remember my sister was alive, so it had to have been in the mid, 2000s. That would be cool. I've been to the band I've been to the most though is actually the Zac Brown band, which for the longest time we really liked Zac Brown, but Zac Brown has now gone on to do quite a many not great things. So we've since kind of decided that we can't, obviously there's some level of separate the artist from the art, but like at the same time, can't, at least not going to his concerts anymore. But that's the artist I think I've been to the most concerts of is Zac Brown band, which I think the total there is 4 concerts that I've been to. Aaron Watson, that would be a cool one. Okay, let's do... I'm really afraid that this isn't going to look as good as I want it to once we've got it all done. Oh my gosh, we're going to need so much more quartz. What have I done? My lights are like freaking out. I don't know if you guys can see this. They're like really bugging out on me. So if we do this and then this, does that... I don't have elytra. Whoops. Does that still look fine? It looks fine, but I was wondering what was wrong, and it's this. I've missed this block. Okay. How does this look? I think it looks good. I think I need to remove the point. The very point. I think that needs to go. Let's try that again. That, yeah, I think that fixed it. I like how that looks more. And again, it kind of keeps that the same kind of wafting shape instead of the very firm pointed line. You are not supposed to be here. Get out of here. Oh. I did this to myself. I did this to myself. Okay. Goofy. Let's light this up so that does not happen again. I didn't think he was going to climb back up, so I just stopped caring. Oh, Goofy. Yep, we are already out of quartz again. Oh, whoa, no, we're not. Sweet. Well, that really didn't give us a lot. I keep thinking I have elytra on. Okay, I need as many of those as I can get and as many of these as I can get. Still is not going to be a lot. We're definitely going to need more quartz, but we can at least work this in and get the shapes all good. Yep, that's where that one's supposed to go. Okay, there we go. I don't know, maybe do another row right here before we run out. Oh gosh, we're gonna have so much that we're gonna need to throw into this. Also, we're definitely gonna need to light up the roof because I think things can spawn. Oh no, they can't. Never mind. We're good then. Where's Tim to bully me about dying? Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. I still didn't save any quartz to do my little quartz thing in there. But I think, we get this all done. We'll move the books and things maybe here into the center, and then I'll hang some of them from the sky. Maybe that's something that we could do. It's gonna, I mean, obviously it's gonna we're gonna have to remake the bookshelves, but the idea I'm thinking I can just throw together. Why me, Tim? Why me? Why is it always me? Why, like, I just feel like I'm always, I do this to myself. I do this to myself, and that's okay. Okay, bookshelves. Let's get our shelves back. There we go. So we need to make sure that obviously these are still filling in the space, but I'm thinking if we maybe make the enchanting table itself be a little bit elevated. Like if we did, I don't know, something like this and then had it on a pedestal here, it lets us hang things around it instead of having to have it all be in the same space. So if we did like, you know, we do 1, 2, and then, because that should work, right? Yep. And then we can do another 2 there. You know, you're kind of getting the idea here, but we'll like hang them around it. And then obviously, you know, these ones that we're putting, these obviously have to be in the orientation that they're in, or at least in the relative area that they're in. But it does make me wonder, can I can't put a shelf above it, right? It's got to be within 1 block diagonally or directly, right? But maybe I can do like, so maybe if we did, I don't know, will that pull? Oh, it does. Okay. Oh, yeah. I bet. I feel like Leonard Skinner could be pretty fun. So let's do another one right here. And then that'll be dangled off of that. And then we'll do... that one's dangling there. I guess maybe we'll do another one, another double here. And then... oh, we just got to find a place to put a last one. Unfortunate. Okay. I got to pick... let's see. We've got it connected over here. So we'll do the last one right there, which should still hopefully put us at... do I have anything that isn't enchanted? Yeah, level 30. Okay. So we have all those. Now, the idea would be we hang chains from the ceiling to have them all be kind of dangling. I just wish there was more... I wish I could do more space throughout them, but I just don't think that's possible with the orientation of how these need to be. But what we can do to kind of fill in that gap that we're going to have from, you know, from not being able to do that, is we can just make a couple more sets of bookshelves to kind of fill in the space. And I think that'll look really nice. So let's do that. It's not like I was holding on to that paper for anything anyway. So boom, boom, boom. I think 6 is probably enough. So now we can do like, if I want to do, I don't know, a doubled up. Oops. So we'll do like dangling from right here, which will be just like only a block hanging. And then we'll do, I think this should line up to be, oh, that might line up directly on this one. So maybe we can't do one there, but we could do one block over and do like that. And then how crowded would it feel if I did that? Maybe too crowded. Maybe too crowded. So we'll take that one away. I'm not a big fan of that one. But I think one right here in this space, this is definitely the spot for one. And maybe we just do a double here. Because these ones are just aesthetic at this point. It is finally taking shape. And I mean, look at that. Look at that. I think that's looking really cool. And then we can also get, you know, like hang some lanterns in these and amongst these. But how much iron do we have? I don't think we have much. You know what would be awesome is if we can get some villagers and we can make an iron farm. That would be pretty freaking cool, but we got to do that. Or we just mine a bunch of trees and trade a bunch of iron. That's also a really fair, smart idea. Howard, oh, you don't trade iron ingots. You don't trade iron ingots, and I think we're out of iron ore, aren't we? Oh, no, we're not. Okay. Whew. I got scared there for a second. Okay, don't have nearly enough emeralds. It makes me wonder if we should make the attempt, and I think I mentioned this last time, to do like a tree farm, like an automated tree farm. But the issue to do that is that, at least the one that I use, we would need, well, the one that I've been using, we would need bamboo, but there's no reason we couldn't make one that, like, I plant the trees, it pushes the trees out, and then a water elevator brings down a TNT to blow up the trees as they're being pushed through and mines all the wood for us. I'm having all these ideas, guys. Hello, Modi, how's it going? Yeah, I think the floating bookshelves look really nice, though. Here's what we got for chains. We can kind of do some proof of concept here just to finish this out. So we'll do, I don't know, let's just build up to where these rooftops are going to be. So this one is going to hang from there. And then this one should only have one. This one should only have one. This one will have two. And then obviously those will go up as well. But oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, guys, look at how sweet that's gonna look. Like, you walk through these doors and then you're in literally just this room of like, I almost feel like we actually don't need to put walls on this. If we can get copper, I think we should do the copper grates, but I mean, for the time being, I think maybe the best thing to do is just do some texturing on the ground with the andesite and things like we talked about doing. Oh my gosh, I think that'll look so cool. I almost think this needs to maybe just be wider. Yeah, I kind of wondering if we need to just... Oh, what if we just... I think there's still, we still got to do something here. Like, there's definitely still something to do here on the front. And I think this is still the place to do it. But I'm not sure. What if, I mean, what if we just did this? And then maybe had this. Ooh, leaves is not a bad idea at all. Leaves is not a bad idea. Okay, hold the phone. We're getting creative now, guys. Okay. Let's hop up on this. I forget that I can get leaves without silk touch. Oh, that was bad. Okay, so how does this look like from the... Oh, yeah. Okay. So then what if we did, like... Well, not like that. I guess it would need to be like this. And then... Oh, we used all of our quartz slabs. But imagine a quartz slab there and there. Here, we'll just use an andesite slab for the concept here of, like, the shape. What do we think about that shape? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm having ideas, folks. I'm having ideas. Hold on. We're gonna need, now granted, for the idea that I want to do here, I need my armor poser mod, and I don't have my armor poser mod, but we'll work with what we got here. But imagine putting, hey, Jody, how's it going? But imagine putting, like, we'd just do an armor stand right here. And then I could pose an armor stand to have it look like a guy's, like, reading a book and, like, giving a lecture kind of thing. That's what I was thinking. How do we wind up all quartz? Because I decided that it needed to be that way. These are supposed to be quartz as well, but I think it's just coming together that way. I feel like, where's the, hold on. Maybe we could do some texturing with some of the remaining diorite that we have, but I know we just don't have enough diorite at all to do. We don't have enough diorite at all. We've got, I mean, that's what we got. Yikes. So yeah, diorite's definitely not going to be the move. Whoa. Oh, look at that. We got more quartz. Okay, let's hold on. Let's turn all of this into stuff since we've got the quartz to do it. Yep. Okay, let's just make, we only need 2 quartz slabs right now. I mean, obviously I'm gonna need more, but just again for this idea. Just so we have a shape to it. I like it, and you know, we repeat it on the other side, and then in here, okay. Ugh, you really called it. You really called that I was just gonna have too much fun on tonight's stream and just want to keep going. We need iron, and you know what we don't need is an iron sword. So let's get some free iron from that. So we'll take this. We only have 6 nuggets, so we're not gonna really do anything with that. I'm not normally a fan of iron bars, but what does this look like right here? It looks like a no. That's what it looks like. Okay. I feel like iron bars, unless used in a very specific manner, they just kind of throw off the desired look for me of a lot of builds. Ah, yes, 1 iron nugget. I forgot that they do not give an iron ingot for that. Well, I can't make shears. Do I have shears? Wouldn't it be nice if I organized my things so I could see better? Don't have shears. Sounds good. I'm probably gonna end the stream soon-ish anyway, but I appreciate the lurking while you're here. I think Zen and I are jumping on. I don't want to make promises, but I think Saturday is when we're gonna start filming. We're gonna join at the same time so we can kind of do a joint tour, and then we'll jump. So you might be seeing us there this weekend. Yeah, copper would be the move if we could just get it. Oh, you're right. No, we're being silly, guys. They're gonna drop iron in there. We've got some iron in there already. We saw the iron. We saw the iron. It is right there. And there isn't any other iron armor, so that works out pretty well. Yeah. Yep. We are gonna do that. We'll start. Like I said, I think this weekend. I don't know if chainmail smelt's done either. Wasn't sure, so I left it. But what we can do is get all of these leaves, which we all know Sam likes to use far too much of. And then we can do some minor decorating with these. I do need to clear some space in my inventory yet again, because obviously I've picked up none of these. Well, maybe yeah, we can definitely check and see if it'll smelt down. Oh, it does. Sweet. Well then, yeah, we should definitely try that. But let me go drop this back over here because we're not using it. And we'll go put this netherrack back. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Oh, there's so many chicken eggs everywhere. Okay, let's scoop all of this up. Boom, 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 boom. There will be a time and a place for all of the extra stuff. So if we do... I don't know if we do... I don't know where I want to put this next little layer, or maybe, ooh, I could do kind of what I've been doing on the, I've been doing this a lot in my builds recently, is kind of this like cross-hanging greenery that kind of balances off the other side. I think we could build a blast furnace. I don't think there's any reason we couldn't build a blast furnace. Ooh, and then what if we did, like, if there were some holes, I don't know. I kind of like the look of it being very, very put together though. So maybe we won't do any broken trees or anything, but like, you know, imagine this being a potted plant or something. Oh, that does take iron. Well, we'll at least get some iron from our mob farm. It won't be a lot, but it'll be something. Actually, I can make at least one more chain. Look at that. So we do that. Boom. Look at that. We're one step closer. So, yeah, I think the greenery is actually going to be a really great way to get a lot of this. I think we're going to need to come up with maybe some... I don't love how like trying to spiral this stuff looks most of the time, but maybe it would look, maybe it'll look fine in this case. It's not my favorite. No, I don't think that's the way with that one. Unless you guys like that, but I didn't think that was the way. This is kind of what I'd thought though, Tim. I know this is what you're saying, is like do that like this, and then, you know, we cover the spawnable blocks that are here. And yep, actually, Sky, I was kind of thinking that as I said that, but if we did like, yeah, here, I'll prove that I know what you're saying. So if we did, I guess we'll have to get out there. Sorry, quartz. This is a terrible block for me to be using for this, actually. Whoops. Okay, so if we go up and then down, and then we start the spiral from here, maybe. So, let's see, can we do like, I don't know, does that mesh? Do I need to pull it? I don't know. I might need to pull it back one block and then do... I don't think that was the way to do it, but I know what you're trying to say, of like, have it start up here and then have it spiral around. I think I'm just doing it poorly. Ugh, I'm so sorry, Quartz. I shouldn't have done this to you. Okay. Yeah, so... Oh, dude. I do like how this looks as it is, though, but I really do think trying to figure out a way to do one of those nice spirals would look just so cool. We should probably duplicate what we did over on the other side, though, over here. So let's do that really quick before we waste our quartz on something else. Oh my gosh, we had just enough. Nice. Okay. Boom. Boom. And then obviously we're going to have to put... Oh, we have some more. Ceiling leaves would not be a bad idea. Let's do this, and let's get me one of these, please. I know. Well, like, I know what you're getting at. I'm just bad. Hello, how's it going? So like if we just did, I mean, this is obviously not where we're gonna do this, but if we, you know, did the spiral kind of like this and then have it hang down from the ceiling, that's kind of what you're going for. I think my issue is I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Hi Jay, welcome. I'm doing great. I am doing great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm trying very hard to not fall off this island. So, okay, we need to have it, I think so does the spiral need to start from up here? Is that kind of what we're thinking? Start the spiral here and then work it down and around like this. Maybe. I think that would look good, but I'm not sure. Or maybe that's not what you're saying. But yeah, Jay, I'm streaming a little later than I normally do tonight, but it's because I was feeling mighty inspired by this this little build that I'm doing on the one chunk survival world. So if we just did, like, do you think it needs to drape from here and then wrap? I almost think it needs to start wrapping immediately. Yeah, if only I could get into the groove of building like this on the survival world though. Yeah, I stream on Tuesdays. That is my go-to, except for next week. Next week I will be streaming on Wednesday. But oh, we might be on a, hold on, we might be onto a winner here. Let's just clear up some of these really quick just to see if we're onto a winner. I just gotta declutter that area. I think it's still a little, it's got a little much going off. Yeah. Like do, oh yeah, like do like one of these. Hold on, do we still have our water? Hold on, I got an idea. Stop grabbing the, let's go grab some water and then have it dangle down just a little bit here without dying. Okay, can we scoop that up? How does that look? I think it needs to be right there, which at this point kind of makes me just feel like we just need to have it. Oh, I don't know, Sky. I think I'm losing it. Because that looks a little silly like that, but maybe if we moved it so that it was around this side from where, hold on. So if we just pick this up and then we maybe connect it like that and then kind of recreate the other thing. Yeah, I kind of undid the spiral, but what if we did, I feel like this is going to be a poor choice. So I'm going to mine these up before I make a poor choice. Okay. And then what if we had it dangle from right here? And now it curves around like this. I kind of wish the curve was on the exterior of it, but I think it does. I think this looks far better. I think this looks way better if we just back this stuff up. I do like how that looks. I think maybe we need to add just a block of this, maybe like right here, to kind of mesh in with this. And then maybe we'll just take away that one. Nope, we're gonna leave that one. Yeah, I think that looks really good. I'm happy with that one. And then I think if we have the spiral like that, we should still be able to have the little decorative, but yeah, okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking the vision. I think we're doing good things here. I'm kind of thinking we just have... Are you throwing things at me? That was rude. Stop. Kind of thinking we have like just some leaves hanging down from there, but I'm not sure. I do really want an armor stand to put right there though. That would be so fun. I think we should have our stone done. Oh, is it smooth stone or is it, hold on. Is it smooth stone or is it just normal stone? Smooth stone slab. So we need 3 of those in there. Yeah, I will not be using quartz to bridge again, don't worry. That was kind of a silly choice of me to make the first time around. Okay, let's snag these because they should be almost done, and then we can put our armor stand up. And then, like I said, I do want to use the armor poser mod to actually make a fun posed armor stand. So I think we're gonna need to exit really quick. Oh, I thought it was just pouring rain. That was just the wind, though. I was like, it's pouring rain right now. So let's get this little guy up here. And not in that direction, though. Boom. Just straight on. Thank you. I could save it for next stream. You're right. I could save it for next stream. Considering I'm already... I don't know. What? How long? Oh, we're only like 30 minutes over. We're good. We're so good. We could have been much worse. Okay, I love this though. Once we get the roof up here, oh my gosh, I love how that looks. Oh, okay. Let me just do a little bit more roof. Let me just do a little bit more roof. We just gotta. We're just gonna finish off this little edge over here because we didn't get to finish this one. And we've got the blocks to do it. No, we don't have the slabs to do it, so we're not doing that side. Never mind. Forget that one. We're going over here. We're going to do this one. And then we can, then we'll call it. Yes, it does also mean that it's time for me to go through and edit my VODs because I was posting them right away when we first started doing this. And I've been a stinker the last couple times and have not gone back and edited them and like gone through to, you know, make them worthy of people watching them. So highly would recommend though, because it'll explain a lot of what's going on. But the gist of what's going on is we spawned here on this one chunk of land and we have since expanded it to this and we're continuing to expand. But we've also already got elytra and things because I went to the end without, like, and didn't fight the ender dragon. I just pillared off into the distance to go get elytra. So we actually have a lot of stuff from there. And honestly, guys, that's a really good place to go get iron and gold and diamonds and things. And that's what we should do. But we have all that. That's all there. So maybe if we can get a villager to get mending, we could do that at some point soon. But I will leave it there. I will leave it there. That'll be where we stop today. But yeah, I'll go through. I do die a lot. I'll go through and get them edited because I think we yap a lot. I think last time was 90% talking and 10% walking around. I think 90% of last episode was this. But yeah, that's all. I will end it there. But Jay, I'm glad that you were able to catch even just the end of the stream. Glad to have you here. Obviously, Tim, Sky, everybody else who's here, thank you so much for watching as always. I always appreciate having you all here. But now I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to, I don't know, go get more water and things like that. So that's what we'll do. Yes, typically Tuesdays 6:30 to 8:30 Central. Next week it's going to be Wednesday, 6:30 to 8:30 Central. So that'll be the only difference, is that it'll be Wednesday next week, but typically it's Tuesdays. But I do a community post every time that I do it. Central Standard Time. Hey, I appreciate the lurking. I appreciate the chatting. I appreciate it all. I'm just glad you all are here and hanging out. So it makes my night every time. But thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night. And I will, I suppose, see you on Sunday for the next video. Take care.